Hey everybody, it's Naughty Knots, also known as Nefertiti. Welcome to my new channel, Naughty Makeup, where we talk about clean beauty, organic makeup, natural makeup, green beauty, all day, every day on this channel. So I want to let you guys know that this is the first ever video, ever to be uploaded onto YouTube concerning Ilia Beauty and shade, discussing the shades Martinique and Montserrat in the same video, doing a swatch of this complexion product, okay? I haven't seen any video besides one where one lady was actually doing a review on Montserrat. There was one other video where a girl was using Montserrat in her makeup tutorial, and that was like almost over a year ago. So I'm going to be testing out these two shades, swatching them for you. We're going to be reviewing this foundation today. I've already worn it, so I already have some thoughts pre-generated about it. So that is what we're going to be getting into. Yeah. So stick around so we can get into the swatches. Alright, so I'm on the Ilia Beauty website, so let's go ahead and get into talking about the stats of this foundation. The two shades that I have would be considered, would be considered the two tan to dark shades, or medium tan to dark shades. And those shades are Montserrat and Martinique. Okay, so I'm on the Ilia Beauty website here, and the foundation does retail for $54. And the claims of this foundation is that it's a clean foundation that is weightless and delivers buildable light to medium coverage with a velvety finish. It says that it is a powerful blend of botanical actives that nourishes the skin for a flawless complexion that looks as good as it feels. Aloe leaf, rosehip, jojoba, and marula oil soothe irritations and tame redness, plump fine lines, and ensure the formula effortlessly melts into the skin for a more even, luminous appearance, blurs imperfections, and minimizes pores for a complexion that looks refined and refreshed and leaves your skin looking like skin. So I'm going to leave the ingredients of this foundation in the description box, because I don't want the video to be super long, because I am going to be like putting on my whole makeup routine here on camera, so I know sometimes they get a little lengthy.
Now get up from under.
So like I said, the shades that I have is Montserrat and Martinique. I forgot to mention the foundation comes in 18 shades. At first, I was kind of impressed with the shade ranges, but when I got my foundation and I got both of them, I realized that maybe at least two foundations can fit in between these colors, but I'm not super anal about it because it's a clean foundation, and you know, I'm glad that there is more than 4 shades, because C'est Moi only has 4 shades. So let's go in with the darker shade. This is Martinique, so I'm just going to go ahead and swatch this color on my face so you guys can see the shade. And you guys should definitely be able to see that it is pretty red toned. It is a pretty red toned complexion product compared to my other foundations that you guys can see I have in the description box that are my shade references. So a shade that I always use for reference, because it's an extremely popular foundation, is the Maybelline Fit Me, and I am the color 335 in Maybelline Fit Me. So that is what Martinique looks like swatched on my skin, and you guys can definitely see like that's pretty dark. As you all know, as I said earlier, there's pretty much no makeup videos. I think there's like one where there's a girl who is actually wearing this foundation shade Martinique, but she's testing it out in her bathroom that has extremely yellow lighting, no natural lighting, so it's very hard to see what the true color is. So I was going off of the Sephora website, which matched me with Martinique, And I'm going off of awful reviews on YouTube that has really bad lighting, so I really can't see what it looks like. So I made the mistake of buying this shade, Martinique. So, you know, my son was like, "Mommy, that is just too dark for you." And I'm like, "Yeah, I know, but maybe I can make it work, but I really can't." Unless I use it as like a shade to warm up my hairline and kind of give me like some color. You know, that's really like the only way that I could wear this. So I am going to use it, but it's just not going to be placed all over my face. So now we're going to go in with the shade Montserrat.
I can't wait.
And by the way, Martinique is a small Caribbean island. And Montserrat is also an island too. I don't know if it's a Caribbean island, but I looked it up and it's a small little island.
How
so
cool.
This is the shade. This is not a good swatch. This is the shade Montserrat. So what I definitely say is that Ilia Beauty definitely needs to step it up when it comes to these shades. Something's not right. That is such a big jump. Okay, so what I will say is that I'm not super mad at the shades. Obviously it is a little disappointing, but it's not like as disappointing as like Juice Beauty or something like Physicians Formula or something like that. So it's really not that bad. It's just this foundation costs $50, and if you're trying to buy it off the website during a time where it's not on sale, it gets pretty pricey for you to actually have to mix these shades, because obviously Martinique is too dark and Montserrat is right on the money, but it still is like a little, I don't know. Let's go ahead and I'm going to use my Real Technique stippling brush. So for the inner part of my face, I'm going to use Montserrat, and for the outer part of my face, I'm going to use Martinique. Yeah, so let's see how this works. And I'm using my stippling brush because my sponge broke. So
yeah,
I'm just gonna go ahead and
but I can't see your neck.
That's perfect. I'm trying to show them the product being placed on my face, so okay. So you guys may see me looking over here because I have a huge mirror right here because I'm at my vanity, but might be a little distorting or distracting. So this is one coat of Martinique on the inner part of my face. So I'm gonna go in with a little bit more. And so far, I can definitely say that it is melting into my skin like a dream. It feels good on the skin so far. Please, no cry, Annie. No cry, no. So, yeah, it looks very, very, very natural. So now I'm going to put Martinique on the outer parts of my face for some warming up. Just to kind of make it blend, because that part of my face is naturally darker than the rest of my face. So I'm going to apply a little bit of Montserrat directly to my forehead. Right here, and then mix in the rest, which would be Martinique at the top of my forehead, and bring that down some.
Oh wait, you're on my side? Good.
So far I can say I really do like how it applies with my brush. I like how it applies with the brush. I could imagine that it would be even more sheer if I was to apply it with a damp beauty sponge, but that's really not the look that I'm going for, even more sheer, because it's already pretty sheer as it is. So I really don't see the need to apply this with the brush, with a sponge, but if that's your cup of tea, then You know, go ahead and sip. But, so, this is what it looks like fully applied to my face. And this is what it looks like just raw, just completely unset. You know, I really don't plan on setting my face. Once I apply my concealer, I am going to set my concealer, but I don't think I'm going to set my face. Or should I? I don't know. I think I'll wear the foundation how I normally do, which is setting it with a little bit of same white powder. Okay, so now I'm going to just set my face with a little bit of this same white powder and basically apply some of my makeup. And we're just gonna test this foundation out to see how it works throughout the rest of the day. Okay, so like I always say, if you guys want to see me, how are you being too loud? If you guys want to see me do my full makeup routine and see what products that I use on my face, you know, clean beauty, green beauty products that I use, go ahead and keep on watching. But if you just want to skip and see the end of this video to see how I feel about this Ilia Beauty Foundation, I will have the timestamps below in my description box, and you guys can just go ahead and jump around in the video to see whatever specific part that you want to see, okay? Alright, so I'm about to get into this face. I mean, so far I could definitely say that this foundation, if you're my skin complexion, it's definitely something that you have to work with. Because it's just not going to come out of the bottle just your perfect shade. You have to mix it. You would have to mix Martinique and Montserrat if you're my skin complexion, which is somewhere between dark and light. I'm not completely what somebody would call light skin, and I'm not dark skin either. Like, I'm a golden biscuit color, so yeah. Alright, so let's do these brows. Let's tackle these brows. I recently bought this brow product from Physicians Formula Organic Wear. I recently bought this brow product from Physicians Formula, their Organic Wear collection. And at the time, it was new to me, but apparently they've had organic wear for years now, like a long time. Like probably before I had my son, a long time. But they never had any products that was like flattering to black women or darker skinned women. Their shade range was extremely limited. They mainly was famous for their mascaras. Because I do remember picking up one of their powders. This is at the time I didn't know anything about makeup. I didn't know that shit wouldn't even match me. But yeah, so now they have a whole new collection of organic wear products. So now they have a whole collection of natural organic makeup products that I think they launched, I think it was like a year ago. I didn't hear about it because at the time I wasn't into natural makeup, but they have brow products, they have foundation, they have lipstick, they have mascara, they have blush, they have like skincare products and primer and stuff like that. So I picked up their brow product here called Physicians Formula Organic Wear Brow Shaping Gel, and you know, it has some so-so reviews. If you're going off of the reviews solely, you know, somebody probably wouldn't buy it, but you know, I was pretty desperate for a brow product, so I really wanted to try the cheapest one that I could get my hands on. And also, I like to try things out for myself. I don't just listen to people on YouTube who say something's trash and never try it. So, so far, I definitely have to say that it does have some staying power to it. Like, you know, I rubbed my face by accident when I was wearing this a couple of days ago, and it didn't completely take the brow away. What I can say is that this little wand, it has like a little micro wand, that's what I would call it, doesn't make putting on your brow that easy, because don't have much experience with this type of brow wand. But yeah, it's not like the best brow wand ever. If it had a better brow wand, I think that I would like it more. And I think a lot of people felt that same sentiment. But it's not so bad. You know, like it's not super bad, but it could definitely be better. I don't really know why they opted for that brow wand. That is kind of like unheard of. I've already applied it to my brows and this is what it's looking like. It gives you a very fluffy boyfriend brow finish versus maybe your regular sculpted look like how you would get with Eco Brow or some kind of pomade. So it's really, in my opinion, for people who already have brows, they just kind of want to give it some shape and some more definition and fullness. If you're looking to actually go ahead and sculpt your brows in some kind of specific style or look, this is definitely not the brow product for you. You're not going to like it. What I can say that it's not so bad, but it's just odd, is this extremely microscopic, it's not microscopic, it's like a micro brow wand versus what you're kind of used to with your average, you know, a brow wand that may look a little bit more like this, you know. So that's one thing that I would say is a little bit odd to work with. It's something new. So you guys already see me use this in my last video. This is the Pacifica Beachy Punk palette, and I basically just used this as a eyeshadow, just to do like a quick little eyeshadow look. And I'm going to do the same thing today. I'm not going to go overboard or nothing like that. So just the same thing as before. I pretty much take all three warm colors and apply that to my eyelids. I have not taken out enough time out of my life to discover the other shades in the palette yet. Besides the black shade, I have used black shade to create like a smoky eye, but normally whenever I dip into this palette, I don't do a smoky eye all the time, so I've only used that one like once.
Hey, what the heck?
So now I'm going to go ahead and take this molten brown color and just apply that directly to my lids here. Just for some dimension. Like I said, I'm not doing anything crazy. Just doing something really, really simple. What is it, honey? What is it, honey? It's like, you're busy. You're doing something without me. And I don't like it, Mommy. I don't like it.
Hey!
It's okay.
That's your phone. Yeah, man, stop popping down.
So, yeah. Okay. So now we're going to move on to concealer, and I'm using the RMS Beauty concealer in the color 55. If you watched my last video, you would have seen me apply this and talk a little bit about it, but basically I feel like RMS products, at least this product, you get a lot of product.
Hey!
In this jar. Like, I don't feel like I'm gonna need concealer for a long while, and I'm really trying to keep my makeup routine pretty low maintenance. I'm not trying to hoard a bunch of different makeup products like how I used to do. I'm just trying to keep it like uber simple. So if I have a concealer that works, that is what I'm going to be using until I run out. Realizing how wasteful I used to be with my old makeup routine. Sometimes I wouldn't even get to use all of the product before I had to get thrown away because I didn't use it in time. So now I'm just highlighting my nose. with this. I'm just using my finger. It'd probably go quicker if I had my brush, but
Yes, man, you cannot find the red dot.
Alright, so now I'm going to take some of my homemade setting powder. I had watched a little tutorial on YouTube on how to make your own homemade face powder. So I just use a little bit of turmeric, cornstarch, and cocoa powder, and voila, it really works well. I only use like a little bit of it because it's pretty darn potent, so I only use a little bit to set. And it works good. It gets the job done. So, there you go. So I'm going to go ahead and put on this makeup stick, and yeah, let's see. And it's just like the perfect brown. So this is what my finished face looks like. I'm going to come back on in a few hours so that you guys can see how the foundation wore, and we can just talk more about it. So far right now, I'm really feeling like it looks great. It looks like my skin but better type of feel. I'm really liking the finish of it. I'd say that if you're a more oily girl, this might be a good foundation for you. But if you have like acne scars and stuff like that, then this might not really be your thing unless you have like a really good concealer that you can go ahead and spot conceal under your foundation before you go ahead and put it on. That's the only way that I can really see this working for you if you really want to wear this foundation and you don't mind your scars showing, that's fine. But yeah, it doesn't really cover up scars too much, so if that's something that is an issue for you, you should probably get a good concealer to go ahead and cover up those scars if you wanted to. But so far, I'm really liking how it's the finished look is on my face. Okay, you guys, I'm back now, and it's been about 3.5 hours or so since I've been wearing this foundation. I don't remember if I mentioned this at the very, very beginning of my video, but I have worn this foundation previously already for the whole day. So I already have a prerequisite of how this foundation wears. This is not my first time wearing this foundation, so I can go ahead and give you a review concerning this foundation. Also, the lighting is like this because it is storming outside, so the lighting now has completely changed from how bright and awesome it looked earlier, so excuse that. So let's go ahead into reviewing these two foundations, Martinique and Montserrat. So obviously, like I had told you guys at the beginning of this video, the Sephora website matched me with Martinique because of the shade I was in the Maybelline 335 foundation. So it is a little bit more red like I did show you. But the overall feel of the Ilia Beauty foundation is very, very light and airy. It doesn't even feel like I have on anything on my face. Like, that's how amazing that is. I did apply 1.5 pump of each of these onto my face just to build up a little bit of coverage to see how it would do. And it's so light wearing, I don't even feel anything on my face. You can touch your face and there's no transfer. You know, so also concerning the shade range of this foundation, it is not the best. Like, you guys can definitely see that there could be at least 1 or 2 shades in between Montserrat and Martinique. Martinique is pretty dark on the redder side, and Montserrat is pretty tan, golden tan. They describe it more neutral, on the neutral side, so there definitely could be 2 more shades in between here. But like I said, I'm not super mad at it, just because other foundation brand, other brands like Juice Beauty, Physicians Formula, Moy, they aren't doing a great job. They at least, Ilia Beauty at least has 18 shades versus Moy that only has 4. So I'm not super mad at it. I'm glad I could find something that I could wear. If I never bought Martinique, I would have still been able to find a true color in Montserrat. Either way, I would have been bronzing up my face anyhow. Now I just have a bronzer, you know. So, but yeah, overall, I would say it is definitely worth $50. But if you cannot afford a foundation that expensive, that other foundation that I reviewed in my last video, the BaeBlu Luxe Foundation. This is only in the $20-something range, and that there has some luxurious benefits to it. It has a primer built into it. So that's something that most foundations really don't do. So that's kind of like an anomaly, at least to me. But do you hear that? Oh my god, it sounds really scary outside. Okay, but anyway, so 18 shades. You can find this product in Sephora. Now, if they have the darker shades, I do not know. I've not stepped foot in a Sephora in God knows how long, but I do know that this foundation is available at Sephora. But as far as like, did it settle into any of my lines? You know, does it do that? I have not ever experienced the foundation breaking up on my face or any settling or anything like that. It holds up really well throughout the day. And overall, it just really looks like skin. And I would consider myself a combination to slightly oily girl. I do get some dryness on my face and some oiliness, mainly in my T-zone, majority just like everybody else. And when I'm wearing this foundation, I haven't experienced any excessive oiling, needing to go blot. It's weird because these foundations are either clean or the Ilia Beauty foundation is clean. The BaeBlu foundation is a natural foundation. It's weird because with those ones, I have not experienced getting oily. So it's something about the other foundations where you get really oily throughout the day. I'm not sure what the ingredients is as of yet, but I am definitely doing my research to find out why they perform the way they do. So yeah, that is what it's looking like though. It's not oily. I haven't had to blot. My face. And this though, honestly, what I can say is that I did not test out this foundation without applying a light coating of powder, the Moy powder. So maybe next time I wear this foundation, I will not set it and then see what happens. That powder is super light. It's so light that I don't even think it really made that much of a big difference as far as like the matte finish, or it being more demi matte, kind of like a natural skin finish, because the foundation does claim to be a velvety finish, which means that it's a little matte.
It's not filming.
Yes, it is. Anyway, so overall, I definitely give this foundation, I would say, a 9. And the only reason I'm not giving it a full 10 is because for me, you have to double up, which is not really that awesome. You know what I'm saying? I feel like you can buy another foundation which you don't have to double up. It's just not going to be Ilia at that point. But yeah, if you're like really into light coverage, light wear foundations, this would definitely be a top one on the list to go ahead and purchase, in my opinion. It's really awesome. It's nice and lightweight. It gives a beautiful finish. It looks just like skin. The only downside is that if you're my skin complexion, you're gonna have to probably buy 2, or if you just want to buy the Montserrat, if you're my skin complexion, you're gonna need a bronzer to help bronze up the rest of your face. Majority of us makeup girls use bronzers anyway, so you'll probably have one already in your collection anyhow, so it's not like extra things that you have to buy. So yeah, I would say that concludes my review of this foundation. If you guys have any questions for me, please go ahead and drop those questions in the comment box, and I will gladly reply to your questions. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate your support. Make sure you go ahead and like this video and subscribe to my channel if you enjoyed watching me. And I bring out videos once a week concerning clean, green, or natural makeup products. So yeah, I thank you and peace.